Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Melissa and I'm so happy that you're here today. I'm actually really excited for this. So I just organized my drawers. I feel like I'm always organizing stuff down here in my studio because I'm just trying to find the right spot for everything. However, in doing so, I found a whole bunch of products that I haven't used in a very, very long time, and I thought it would be fun to sit down and play with them. So if you're interested to see in what my makeup routine used to look like every single day, definitely keep on watching. So, always want to start with clean hands. This was like my ride or die foundation. So this is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation in F3. And it has an interesting doe foot applicator. So that is such a gross sound. I'm going to apply this as I used to, all over the face and blend her in. I used to like go through bottles of this foundation like so quickly. I'm like worried that I am going to find that the way I used to do at least my complexion. I know my techniques for my eyes haven't changed. I'm just curious to see like how cakey it's gonna look because I know I used to wear like a lot. I was so insecure of my adult acne. I have a lot of hormonal acne, and I never had it as a teenager like normal people. I just had it when I turned 25 and it has been a battle for the last, I want to say, almost 3 years to get my skin clear, and every time I feel like I do, I get another breakout. So I know I used to really, really cake it on, but I think I've come to a point with my face now that I have a new confidence and a new love of myself and acceptance of myself, I guess is really what's more accurate, that I don't really care. You know, like I don't actually like a full coverage moment anymore because yes, I have a lot of acne, yes, I have a lot of redness, but oh well, you know, it's not like I'm perfect in any other way of my life, so why does my face have to be? But like sometimes I want it to be. Well, this video might make me go back to this foundation. Holy cow, that blended so nicely and it's looking so well. I didn't prime. Interesting. Let's just keep going. I didn't even prime. I have 2 primers sitting right in front of me and I didn't even use them. Let's see what happens. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with the same Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define concealer, which was always said to be a dupe for the always said to be a dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape. And I never really enjoyed, I'm gonna lose a lot of friends here, but I never really enjoyed Tarte Shape Tape. I always felt like it was way too thick for me. I have pretty deep lines under my eyes. It's another thing where like I have a lot of smile lines and a lot of WTF lines, and I have a lot of, you know, laugh lines, and like I don't know, I'm over like trying to cover it all up. But it was always really thick and got stuck in the lines under my eyes, although this is blending out. I actually like this more than the Tarte Shape Tape. That is a dangerous word to say. I was obsessed with this powder. So this is the Ciate London Extraordinary Translucent Powder, and I was obsessed with it. Ooh, that's a lot. Okay. So I want to see what it looks like on the skin and not get it. We're not trying to inhale it, you know, but this is like you probably can't see through the camera, but it's very powdery. But this is probably why I feel like I always looked cakey. But I went through 2 or 3 of these. This was my jam. Oh. But like I'm not hating on it. I kind of feel like I look more natural than I do now when I try and look natural. I really thought I was gonna just hate everything, but I think I'm falling back in love with a lot of stuff. Also, trying to get better at putting all of the products I use in a bin so that I can put it in the description box. Alrighty. By the way, this brush from Ulta, the Ulta Black Widow collection, first of all, the aesthetics of it is beautiful. but it's really, really nice powder brush. I love it. When I say that I was obsessed with what I'm about to put on my face. So you saw my video a couple of days ago, a week ago, about makeup I used to sell. And you know I used to be in direct sales. This was my first bronzer I ever bought. I'm trying to lift my brush, there it is. That after I kind of separated myself from that company. And it is the Besame Cosmetics Golden Sand Bronzer Compact. I got it from the Disney store. Like the Shop Disney, like the online store. Because it was a Peter Pan collection and I didn't care what shade it was. It was the fact that it was a Disney product. I bought it and I used, you can't tell because I didn't really put like too big of a dent in it. I used this every day. And I know it's not the right shade, but we're gonna see how it turns out. Actually, it's not that bad. What the heck? Why did I stop using this? So I'm using my Eco Tools highlight brush and I'm just like loving on it. Oh my, this is actually, I remember this being way darker, but I wasn't really a big bronzer person, so that might have been why. I swore I was gonna come out of this video looking like a busted up, I don't know, and this is actually turning out pretty good. Not too bad. I will say though, like my face makeup isn't coming off. Alright, let's go in with the powder brush and blend everything out. Why am I gonna fall in love with all this stuff again? This is like, like upsetting. I was gonna be like, oh, this is how I used to do my makeup. I can't believe how bad I used to look. And I feel like I look better. Because I didn't try as hard. I just played with makeup and now I like try hard. Maybe that's the problem. Okay, so this was probably the first Colourpop purchase I ever made. This is their blush Just Do It Highlighting Cheek Duo. It's 2 blushes. Oopsies. And I loved on this one right here, which is Zip. Also, this brush, new favorite. Love this brush so much. I would do something with like my old brushes I used to use, but I still use a lot of the same ones. So that really wouldn't get us anywhere. Like, these are all products I have yet to show on my channel, which is why I was really excited. So it's really buildable. What the heck? It's really buildable. I feel like I look, okay, now I put a little too much on, but that's fine. Because blush is the first thing to go off of your face. It's so annoying. What the heck? I'm like upset. Whatever, I am leaving this on my table. This is so far the star of the show, and now I remember why I used it so much. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with yet another Colourpop purchase. This was Colourpop Crush on You highlighting palette. I didn't know anything about highlighting, and I just grabbed this because I thought it was pretty, and I always used this one, which now I would never wear because I know this is way too bright for me. I'm going to go in with my M451 and I'm going to do it. I'm going to go in and talk in code. So like now I'd probably use this Class Act shade right here because I know it would be a much better shade for me. So this is, I love the Colourpop highlighters because they really are like a nice natural moment. Now again, this is a little too like white for me. But I much prefer more of a champagne. I feel like it definitely looks more sun-kissed and natural and kind of a glow from within. And this blush is very, very intense. However, I'm not mad. I just love Colourpop's highlighters. I really do. Okay. I keep going back in with my powder brush to blend everything together. Make sure there's no harsh lines. You know the drill. I love it. Oh, I just look so cute. Brows, again, I don't have anything fancy to do brows with. I'm just going to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz pencil because it's another product I didn't really keep if I use the whole thing. So I'm gonna grab this product to do my eyebrows off camera and then scooch you in and we'll play with my, still one of my favorite palettes I've ever gotten. Okay, so scooched you in, brows are done. It took about 5 seconds, whatever. This is probably the first palette that I splurged on. So it's pretty old. It's probably expired. What's the open canister? 6 months, definitely. But it's fine because it's a powder product, so I'm not worried. But I love on these two. The two shimmer shades in this palette I just love on. So I'm going to do a typical look that I would do with this palette particularly. Love it. I brought this palette to Japan, which a year ago, right now I was in Tokyo Sea in their Disney parks. So sad. Okay, so I'm going to go in with this shade right here. It is called Raw Sienna, and this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. I love ABH palettes so much because of this palette. Now, this has a good amount of fallout in the pan. It's a really dusty palette. It always has been. And I have to say that I've had a couple palettes since then that come with a brush. So ABH palettes always come with a brush. And I hate to say the word hate, but I do. The brushes that come in those palettes, like the Urban Decay palette, I'm not a huge fan of that brush. What else came with the palette? I can't think of anything because I'm on the spot right now. But all of that came with the brush. And like, I don't, no thanks, no thanks. This brush, I would buy a palette just to get the brush. So nice. Okay, I'm going to go in with Cypress Umber, this dark brown up here. This is literally these 3 shades I'm going to use right now are 3 shades that are probably would have hit pan on if I continue to use this palette as much because I love it so much. Okay, so this is a Morphe M330. I generally grab a larger blender when I put the brown on just because I want to make sure everything is nice and blended. And I really don't like to use the blender with product on it to actually blend the product because you're just adding more and you're not going to get as seamless of a finish that way, which, let's be real, everybody wants to get that flawless look. So I'm just going to grab a little bit more of that brown and just pat that in very, very lightly. And then take the Morphe blender and just blend everything out really nice. I said it in my last video and I say it again. I really feel like I keep doing all of these dark looks and I don't know if it's a reflection of my mood or what. So I'm going to take the other side of the IBH brush and just was going to be light with it but accidentally wasn't. Take that Cypress Umber. Okay, that's not that bad. That's not that bad. We're good, we're good, we're good. And buff it out. Oh, so nice. This is like, I never did the underneath part, but this was like seriously the look I always did with this palette. Now this Vermeer shade is to die for. It is to this day my favorite shimmer shade. So, you know me. I'm just going to, look at this. Oh my goodness. I'm going to blend it up and, oh, so nice. So it looks a little cray-cray right now, but give me a second. Okay, so I'm going to take the brush with the brown on it and lightly bring it over. I still have some on my finger. I'm going to bring it up and look at that. So nice. It's not very spring-like. It's more, this palette is perfect for fall. Like the golden shade shimmer right here, the oranges, the browns, the warm tones. It's very fall. It's definitely a palette that's made for fall. All right, so I'm in love with this palette all over again. I feel like I want to do more of these videos. If you're interested in seeing more of these, haven't played with this palette or haven't used this product in a really long time, definitely leave me a comment below. If you haven't done so yet and you like what you see, subscribe to my channel, ring the bell, all of the things, do all of the things. I'm going to finish up the eyes. I don't have any fancy mascara or liner that I haven't used in a while because If you're keeping mascara for a long time, you're just giving yourself problems in your eyes, so don't do that. I'll be right back. I'm actually shocked. So I really thought that I was going to try all of these products and I was going to think, wow, I've come a long way with my makeup application. I've come a long way with my knowledge of what colors work, what undertones work. And I'm starting to think I just knew what I was doing before better than I do now. Lips, I'm going to use a Jeffree Star liquid lip. I have not used a liquid lip in, God, months. Because this formula is not that bad. I do feel like liquid lips in general are pretty drying. Generally in the spring and summer I use a liquid lip, and then in the fall and winter I go with a more traditional lipstick. So today, before my camera decides to stop filming for the 4th time while making this video, I'm just going to keep trucking along. So I'm going to use a Colourpop Lippie pencil in BFF. This is not new. This is not something that I haven't used in a while. I use it all the time. And not that you really need to line your lips with liquid lipsticks. I'm just really messy with liquid lipsticks, so I tend to line them. I'm going to go in with Jeffree Star Cosmetics in Mannequin, which is a shade I've bought multiple of because I go through this liquid lip so much. And now I remember why. I'm not going to put a gloss on because I hated lip gloss up until probably 6 months ago, and now I can't go without it. But I want to see what I feel like with the liquid lip and see if maybe it was just I don't like a gloss over a liquid lip. I don't know. We're going to find out. When I used to do my makeup, my entire face was matte, except for my eyes. So like my base was matte. I barely used highlighter. My lips were matte, everything. And now I'm definitely into more of a luminous, glowy look, even down to my gloss. So I'm very interested to see how this wears throughout the day. But I have to admit, pulling all of this out from my drawers and playing with all of this that I haven't played with for a while, it's probably mostly expired. So do as I say, not as I do. But be careful with your products when they're expired. You definitely want to pay attention to cream products. I think I repurchased this recently, so I'm not worried about it. Powder products, I'm less strict about the open cart in the back. Mascara, I really don't use. Like, I have to get rid of almost all of the mascara that's on my desk right now because it's all been here for more than 2 months. But just be careful and smart with the products that you're using, but it's definitely fun to kind of dive back into what you used to do and the routine that you used to do. And I have to say, I think I'm going back to it. This is really nice. So if you like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. And I enjoyed myself, so I hope you did as well. And I will see you on the next one, which will be this week's Disney look. Bye.